Every story has a championship moment, but mine starts long before the confetti. It starts here. With $20 in a dream, we're starting with brick one at the ground level. This isn't gambling. This isn't luck. This is hard work. And I'm telling you right now, we're changing the future. My future. Your future. Join me on this journey where I turn $20 into $1,000. This series ends when I either hit 1,000 or when I hit 0.
I'm tired of being fucking broke. I'm tired of being fucking broke. And I know you are too. And I know you are too, bruh.
Here are the rules. Rule number 1. I can only use what's in the bankroll. If I have $20, I have 20. If I have 10, I have 10. No more reloads. So we better win. Rule number 2. I can only make 1 to 2 bets every episode. I can't chase losses. If I lose, I lose. I win, I win. The story moves on. And rule number 3. No emotional picks. I can't choose Keldon Johnson's rebounds just because I love Keldon Johnson. I can't pick a Spurs player just because I'm a Spurs fan. No, smart bets, smart edges is the way to go. And rule number 4, the series ends when we hit 1,000 or if we hit 0. And trust me, we're not going to do that anytime soon, baby. Now, before we get into this first slip, let me introduce you to the tool that's going to help us go from mediocre to superstardom. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the Clippers compared to OKC. Kawhi Leonard 2013 to Kawhi Leonard 2014. I'm telling you guys, this tool, this system is going to help us make money. We're not going to be guessing. We're going to be securing dubs. All thanks to this one tool, Pick Finder. And let me tell you something right now. If you join Pick Finder today, you can't just get sharper bets, but you can join a Discord, which then gives you people who find sharp bets. Ever since I joined, I started becoming more profitable. And I'm not guessing no more. I'm making smart, vital, well-assessed picks. And let me tell you, you can do this too. Not just by following me, but by following the stats that you want to see. So make sure to go down in the description to go sign up today. Let's go make sharp bets together. Now that the rules are set and the foundation is laid out, now we could choose which path we want to take to secure $1,000. And let me tell you, there's 2 paths we can go with. One parlay that holds all the risk, or 2 two-man parlays that help secure the bag. And as you can see the way I'm describing them, I'm pretty sure you can guess which one we're going to choose. And if you're wondering why, let me show you why. Let's go to Prize Picks. As you can see, I have a 2-player pick parlay. If I put $10, we win $30. All right? If I put 20, we win 60. You know what I'm saying? But if we add a third and put 20, we win 120. If you ask me, jeez Louise, brother, that is a big jump. But I'm just trying to get the ball rolling. I'm not trying to make everything right now. So to show you the math, if we have $20, if we use two $10 with a 3 times multiplier, that makes 30. If we were to lose one of these parlays, considering that we do two two-mans, that is minus $20, leaving us with $10 profit, correct? But if we were to win both two-mans for $20, or 20 times 3, 60, minus 20 for where we started, we'll have $40 profit, which would then lead us into the episode 2 with $60. And if you're asking me, 60 is more than 20. That is why we're going to do two two-mans for $10. Just to get the ball rolling. And who knows, maybe one day, if we're at 500, I'll spend that shit on a two-man, which gives us 1,500! Whoop, 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 whoop. Like all great championship runs, we got to start with game 1. We got to set the tone. We got to be fundamentally strong while being risk-takist. I don't even know if that's a word, but you guys understand what I'm saying. Now that you guys know the path we're going to take, let's get into slip 1. Now let's get familiar with Pick Finder. As you can see, there's a lot of data in your face. When I first saw it, I was like, what am I looking at, bro? Like, I was going crazy with the 60%, the 90%, the points, the everything, the odds, I was overwhelmed. I'm not gonna lie, I was overwhelmed. But as soon as I started to understand what each did, I started to understand what to look for. As you see on the left side right here, you got the names: Draymond Green, Neemias Queta, Jalen Wells, you know what I'm saying? Then you got the apps that you could choose from, which you can pick from up here as well. You got Prize Pick, Underdog, you know, they have a lot of betting platforms that you can pick from, which is amazing, especially when you're finding sharp bets. You're one to use many platforms and trying to find the best line for the best app. It's amazing for that. But for us, we're only using Prize Picks. We're only really using Prize Picks because it's easy for you, it's easy for me. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to keep it simple. Then we got IP. This is whether or not you're hitting over or under. You can, by clicking it, you can sort by which one, choosing under or over. It really just depends on you, to be honest. And then you got defense, what the defense ranks and what they don't. So 29 is the worst defense, and the redder it gets, the better the defense. Harder defense on rebounds, as you see with Concanoopel. They got better defense against rebounding against that specific position. Or if it's Jalen Wells, 29th defense for small forwards. It's the small things like that that do help make a difference, especially when doing sharp edge bets. And then you got average 10, which is the last 10 games and how much they average. Right here, Santi Aldama. He's averaged 12.5 rebounds and assists a game, but his last 10, he's averaged 9.6. And then that leads us to the next stat, differential. This is what this minus this or plus this equals. So as you can see, even though the line is this, the differential is this, which means he's averaging less than what the actual line is given, which it could be good, it could be worse compared to whether you're doing it over or under. And then you have the percent at which they hit this line at in the last 5 games, last 10 games, last 15 games, depending on what you're looking for. That it pretty much explains L5, L10, L15, which is just the percentage at what they hit this line at. So 12.5. Then we get into the next section, which is head to head. That is the same thing as last 5, last 10, last 15. But instead of it being the last 5, 10, 15 of whatever games they played, it's the head to head games. So Memphis played Washington, or is going to play Washington. Santi Alma has hit this line 0% of the time against Washington. As you can see, if we were to go click on his name, go to head to head, you would see that he had not hit this line yet, which, you know what I'm saying, could be good, could be bad. I mean, every time they played, they gone out of 5 games, they got 4 dubs and he did not hit the line. But considering that Zach Edey is out, that could change the stats, or it could not affect it at all. It really just depends on what you're looking for. The final one is season. So in this current season, he's hit this line of 12.5 18% of the time, which is not really good at all, if I'm being honest. But considering the defense is low for rebounds and assists, the odds are showing in the favor. The IP shows that's going to be over. I still wouldn't trust it based off his average, his differential, and just his last 15 games, his whole season, and the head-to-head. It's not a good pick. You could go under, but I hate betting unders on people just because I'm not a hater, bro. I don't want to see you do bad, bro. So I'm not going to bet on you doing bad. I want to see you do good. But then if you underachieve and you do bad for me when I check over, that's just mad disrespectful because you should have hit the over, bro. I was betting on you, bro. Follow the game plan and we both went in. We're not talking about that right now. Oh, no, I'm sorry, bro. This intro's been way too fucking long. And I apologize for that. I really do. But I want you guys to understand what I'm looking for and to help you guys look for the same thing so that you guys can make your own bets. It's a win-win situation. If you take your time, you can make that change. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting free throws up, getting them spot up threes. You know what I'm saying? You got to shoot those shots before you make them in the game time. What I like to do is I like to start off with defensive and last 10 games played. As you can see, Jalen Wells is averaging 22 points and rebounds when his line is at 19.5. The best thing is that the defense is 30th when it comes to small forwards. Washington, let's see how you're bugging out. This last game when they played, Devin Vassell had 24 points and rebounds. And for a young superstar like Jalen Wells with Ja Morant out, you can see that he's been averaging this line 60% of the time in his last 10 games. Just based off the fact that, like, you could literally tell he's getting better at the game. Like, this boy is starting to ball out. So we could either do that, or I would like to do, if you're asking me, I would like to go points. Just based off the fact that, you guys, Jalen Wells, he's an up and coming superstar. He's only gone under once, and that's against the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, you know what I'm saying? John Collins. There's bigger guys on that team. Washington, I don't know what's up with Washington. I'm gonna be real. I really don't know. But in his last 10 games, he's averaged 18 points. And as you can see right here, small forwards versus Washington, 16, 12, 15, 15, 13, 14, 14, 20, 17, 24. I say out of the 7 that's hit, I would make it technically 9 just because Benedict Mathurin and DeAndre Hunter have both gotten over his line of 14.5, which is 15. So you know what I'm saying? I would take this over. If you guys would take Jalen Wells rebounds points, I would see that as well. But we can go to defense, and you can see that they allow 9.7 rebounds for small forwards a game, which, if you ask me, that's really good, especially considering his rebounds is at 4. And you know what I'm saying? If let's say he averaged 4, because if it's lines 4.5, they're expecting him to get 4 if they dropped it by a point, then he's probably going to get that 4. If he gets this line, he's most likely going to get 19. If he gets 19, does that average that? No, he would need an extra rebound or an extra point. So, if you ask me, I would just go 14.5. Jalen Wells, 6'7". Memphis, small forward. Now, you know, he's on a streak of 6. I'm going to just be real. I'm going to lock that in. If I look up Wells and we see his streak, right now his point streak is at 7. He's 43% of the season, but the last 5, 100, last 10, 90, last 15, 60. So, you know, he's starting to heat up because he's averaging 18 points per game. You know, he has some leeway. 3.5 is a lot of leeway. Now, let's scroll. I'm going to scroll and I'm going to just see what I like to see. What am I looking for? If anything, we can go. Let's see how many games are. Holy shit. You're telling me tomorrow that there is this many games? Tomorrow's Saturday, right? Holy dude, there's 2, 4, 6. There's 10 games tomorrow, guys. That is so many. You could also go game by game. You know, like if you want to check, oh, I want to bet the Houston-Denver game, you feel like it's going to be good, you can go do that. As you can see, they played recently a lot. You know what I'm saying? So then we can just go head to head and really just be like, okay, well, if he's going head to head, like who's hitting over that head to head the most? We could take this off because, I mean, if it's just head to head, we can just worry about head to head. You see, Jonas, he's hit that 92% of the time with facing Houston. He's gotten 8 points. You can see he averages 8 points against. He averages 14 points against them. And this year, he's done it 8 points twice. Considering he's done that in 13 minutes is actually insane because, like, 13 minutes, you're scoring 8 points, bro. That's kind of a beast. Am I gonna take the line? Probably not for this. I mean, I could. I literally could though. Cause watch. Let's see. Opponent. Not to mention, if we go in, we can go from player defense to what their shot chart looks like, and to their defense and what they give up the most of. You see 3. Once you get in that paint, when they got them big boys in there, you know, clamps the corners with their big small forwards or their big forwards, they're gonna clamp up those corners. But I guess their guard game is real weak up here. So you know what? That could be a pick, but we'll probably save that for later. Then we're gonna go Boston and Toronto. Boston is coming off, you know what I'm saying, a back-to-back. Do I think he could hit that? I don't know. It would depend on head-to-head. I would do this head-to-head in last 10. Let's see. He got this. He got 0 dunks against Miami. That's crazy. He got clamped up, but he did get boards. Well, he got points, but he got no boards, which doesn't make sense to me. Let's see how Jordan Walsh is doing. He got 6 points, 7 rebounds. Yesterday, his line was like 14.5. It's kind of crazy. He's averaging 7 points and 5 rebounds, which is under this line. Which, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I mess with that. Well, let's see. Jordan Walsh. So, you know what? I'm going to just go And since we're not looking at specific games because we're not making these 6-man parlays, we're just doing 2-mans. We're just gonna try to find the best ones within the whole thing. And what I also like to do is go like not these exotic fantasy points, because sometimes like that doesn't really help you out a lot. Let's go to Miles Bridges. Let's go see what his rebounds are at. 5.5, similar. 12 over 5 have hit. He's his head to head. Okay, guys, this might be it. Considering Miles Bridges plays inside a lot, you know what I'm saying, head to head. Atlanta, he had 3. Cleveland, he had 10. Denver, he had 10. These are big fucking teams, guys. Let's go to Denver real quick. Denver averages, look at that. Rebounds. Boy, was getting big. And then against Toronto, too. Toronto, 9. New York, 8. Like, you guys, tell me why. And then Atlanta, let's see how Atlanta, they average the most. He's just not playing on the inside when he plays teams like that. They have Tobias Harris. They have the same team, Cade. You know what? I think this is the fucking pick. I think this is what we're gonna lock in for our first 2-man. We're gonna go Miles Bridges and Jalen Wells, and we're gonna put $10 in. We're gonna put $10 in. Wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. And for this second slip, we're gonna kind of switch up the method. We're gonna go, instead of going what's gonna hit over, we're just gonna go average, 15, and differential. As you can see, it gives us this rainbow kind of lineup where it shows good, good, good. We're gonna pick based off these stats, just to kind of see what type of methods we should use for the future. And right now, I'm looking at Saddiq Bey. This dude, I don't know, but he's been on a rampage, considering that he's coming off the bench. He's at 14 points. We're coming off the bench and getting 14 points at a power forward position. I didn't know he was a paint runner like that, though. It's 55% over, which is really good. Head to head, hasn't got that over Indiana in a minute. Bakan Kanupo, let's see, 30. Jalen Wells, Donovan Clingan, Jeremy Grant, John Collins, 1 assist. You're telling me John Collins can't get 1 assist? Head to head, he's gotten 1 assist against LA. That was his last game. You guys, is 1 assist worth the bet? Like, he just has to get 1 assist. They're 22nd when it comes to allowed assists for power forwards, which truly could be insane. His last 15, he barely started getting assists. Jeremiah Fears, yo, this is another go-to for me, especially just points. He's averaging 17 points. You guys, I'm gonna take Jeremiah Fears over, just because we're going with the youngins, bro. I want to see the youngins do great. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a freaking hater, bro. I want to see these guys do great. I like to look at is Isaiah Stewart, 10. So it's technically 10 out of 12. Head to head, he hasn't hit against Charlotte. He has not hit against Charlotte, but that was in February. And he only averaged 16 minutes. And then this year, he's averaging 30, 22. I mean, rebounds. They're not allowing a lot of rebounds. Shoot. Honestly, guys, I think just points is the move. And I think this is where we're going to go for pick number 2. I think just based off Chris Dunn's points, even though the pick finder's saying under, just based off these last couple games, head to head, the same thing, and that he's a hustle player. They're playing the Lakers. His home averages, he's averaging 9 points, 8 points. You know what I'm saying? 19. Like, he's a hustle player. When they want to beat teams, it's gonna take Chris Dunn to do that extra step just to get him over the edge, guys. And so for this next pick, we're gonna lock this in: Jeremiah Fears 10 and Chris Dunn 7.5 to then finish our lineup. Let's get it. But if you guys enjoy videos like this, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and follow my TikTok, not just so you can get kept in the loop, But if you guys want to see these shorter or just the picks in general, not the cook up, you can go find those picks on TikTok and then go join the Pick Finder server on Discord just so that there's more picks available for you and you can see what they're looking at, where you can see all the better stats, just everything in general, guys. But yeah, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. God first, God bless. Shout out IMAT for that saying, but I'm tired. I need to go to bed, bro. I hope I didn't make the wrong picks. Let's see how we do tomorrow night.